For your lab assignment, you are going to create your own grid view page. You can use the content of this page in next week's lab assignment because you're going to be doing a different layout called CSS Grid, and you can use either assignment as a basis for your final project. Okay, so if you like how this looks, you can use this as a basis, or next week we're going to do another responsive layout, and you can use that page as a basis. So for this page, the Zen Spa that we did with the print and the screen is a pretty good model for this page. So you are going to create your own grid view page. You need an external CSS file for the screen. You can call it grid view screen. And you also need one for printing. You can call it grid view print. And I do have an example. Okay, and if you right click and you view, you can see I've got my little navigation section, but I do have my screen and my print CSS here. So as far as your minimum requirements go for your HTML, you have to have your viewport meta tag. You need the meta tags for your keywords and a description. You need at least 2 images with names and alternate text that does reflect the words or the content of the page. Your images need to have responsive sizing. Okay, you need links to both the print and screen CSS. And that little reminder is just remembering to change this media attribute for each one. And then you need at least one heading 1. You need at least 3 links in a nav section. You need to have at least a paragraph of text in either a section or a div. You need an additional section or a side element that has content. I believe I did images in mine. Yep, that is exactly what I did. You need a title for your page that should be in the header, and you need some kind of copyright in the footer. This is the structure that we had for the Zen page, which I think will work out nicely for this. As far as the screen CSS, I've included the minimum. So you can always do more than the minimum, okay? But this is the minimum. And for the print, this is what you need as the minimum. And this is very similar to what you did in these Zen exercises, that Zen Spa. Make sure that you do check your pages, especially the print CSS, because when I view your page, I'm going to do Control P, and I'm going to see how it looks when it prints. And if you got graphics and all sorts of stuff, you're going to lose some points on that. Okay, so make sure you check it for printing, and also make sure that you check it live. Okay, so a lot of you transfer things and you don't pull them up live. Another thing that you are definitely going to want to check is the responsiveness. So one way you can do that is by resizing. And another way you can do that is by going into that emulator. So if I press F12, and I can go into the emulator. And so you can see this is more of a phone. iPad mini. Okay, so just gives you a little feel for what it looks like on those different devices. Once you're done, you're going to add links for your Acme Vertical and your Zen Spa. And that's to the textbook section. And then for the lab assignments, you're going to add a link to this grid view page. Okay, make sure you get everything transferred up. And if you do have problems or questions, if it has to do with anything with your layout, I really need to see your page live online. So make sure you get it transferred and then send me an email.